Let's set up another advanced Dutch door in my journal, and if you would like to see how this all comes together, keep it right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, I have all my tools, my journal, and a few of the neutral stickers from Live Love Posh. And I do have a lot of the pre-cut washi tape stickers from the washi tape shop, which they're all pretty, so I would like to use them in some way. But I'm most leaning towards the Sunlit Meadows, which recently came out. And we have this set of washi tapes, which were, I forget the name, but I don't end up using it. And I do have some of the neutrals and black and whites from Live Love Posh as well. So this is my A5 journal, and this is how it is going. And I'm somewhere midway, and I hope to finish setting this up in the next few weeks, so that I can just mail it to my friend. Or will I be seeing her? I'm not sure, but I can get it on the way. And if you like such fun setups, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of the fun setups coming. And don't hesitate to share it with anybody who you think will love such setups. So for this video, this is going to be a slightly longer one, slightly longer than usual. And let me know if you would prefer it this way or if you want me to speed it up further, because I tried to keep it as close to the actual time as possible. So I wanted to make a circle kind of shape, and I just did not want to have it too small. So that's why I'm trying a few different techniques here, and I'm having to erase it after a while, because I did try and then I didn't like, because I wanted it something somewhat bigger. And I did get hold of my eraser, and I finally ended up using one of the lids of the jars. So something like a yin yang kind of shape is what I'm looking for. I've done something similar in my creative journal earlier in the year, but I thought I should come and do something closer to this actual shape. And I'm trying to kind of trace the structure or the shape roughly on the page behind also. And yeah, just it is hard when you can't really see what's happening behind there. Do you do something like this beforehand, or do you just do it all freehand? So I'm also trying to decide on how many pages I'm going to use this time. And I do have a few of the stickers that I would really like to use, especially from the Sunlit Meadows. It is, I think, part of one of the recent drops from the washi tape shop. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at the washi tape shop, Live Love Posh, Planny Thing, and a few other shops. And if you are looking for good quality journals, I think Arch and Olive is the place. And this particular one is from the Happy Planner. I had picked it up on a very, very discounted price. And I want my kneaded eraser, which usually don't get used much. So this is one of the good erasers that you can use if you are into a lot of actual drawing and sketching and all that, because it does not have any of those the remains or any of the what do we call that? The end product of after all the erasing that we do, the dust, I guess it's called. So that is just non-existent if you use the other eraser, and it's an artist level one, so more professionals use it. So these are all pre-cut washi tape stickers, and as you can see, I'm just using it to make like a circle or a wreath, something of that sort, so that we can have the shape easily. And matching the symmetry was something that was really hard, because with all these shapes going on, it was not easy. But I think I pulled it off. And I'm just trying to mix and match some of the sizes and the colors, just so that we'll have a nice balance. I know we have pretty much all the colors, but I think just bringing in the balance in putting it down will be interesting. So that is, I think, pretty much the whole of that wreath kind of picture I had in mind. And then we will come and add the Dutch door. Now we will cut inside and also on the outside. So you will see how I'm going with just that outer edge, which is very, very uneven, with all the branches and twigs and all sorts of things going on. So that is our first part of the Dutch door coming together. And that is, yeah, I think that looks okay. And now we need to place the lower part down, all the smaller flowers and branches and just the flowers flying around. And you see how easy it is to use these. And let me know if you have used washi tape stickers before, because people have a very bad thought about them, because they think that they're really fragile, and it is really something that would tear easily. But if you have seen me play around with them all the time, I don't think you would have that of a myth. Just throwing in a couple of the butterflies and bees as well. And the ladybug, why not? So you see how easy it is to kind of put it down like so, and then we can easily cut around there. And I think I was just adjusting the audiobook on my MacBook along on the side, because I really like to turn on an audiobook or listen to some songs or something of that sort while I work on these. And I was listening to The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and that was my last read. And I'm currently reading How to End a Love Story. These were all part of the Reese's Book Club and the other book clubs that I'm part of. So it is a nice way of getting hold of books, especially if you are someone who is on the lookout for books all the time. So please come follow me on Goodreads if you would like to connect and keep track of what I'm reading. I will be having an update on my reading journal in the next few weeks. I hope to have that finished before I actually leave on vacation, because during the vacation time, I don't see much of reading happening because I will be busy. busy in the sense, in a good busy, because we will have things that we do, and I'm not sure if I will have much time for myself as such, because as we do things as a family, or helping with something, or there are things that will need to be sorted, so I doubt there will be much reading happening. So let's get started on the next Dutch door, and I'm trying to make sure I line up the elements like so. And you will see how the layers start forming once I start putting it down. And please let me know in the comments if you work with Dutch doors in a more advanced level, because not everybody is comfortable with advanced techniques like these. Once in a while, I do take my time to do that, and also to challenge myself to do that, because I don't think I have the time for this every single week, but sometimes I remind myself that it does kind of get my creativity going if I do something different, something a bit more advanced than I normally go for. So that is the thought process behind it. So I just try to set up a few pages at a time. If you've seen me do that, you know what exactly I mean. And let me know how you are liking these kind of setups, and if you would like me to try something new, something different. And it is always nice to hear your thoughts, because it's my YouTube family who keeps me going, and who give me ideas or things to try, something new to check out. So I would really, really appreciate your comment as to if you would like me to share something, share different sizes. I do have a pretty good selection when it comes to the sizes and the layouts, and all that. So you see how I'm having to reposition it a bit, because it was just getting too far into the other frame in the front. And you will see how I'm going to use that as a frame and not just like a cascade like so. So you will see how it all comes together. And yeah, those smaller elements are such a game changer, especially for setups like these. So when I came across the different sizes in the elements, that's when I decided that I should be trying something like this time. And it's just a fun pop of color as well, especially with those bright florals. And yeah, you see me, I was trying to make sure I don't move the journal much, so that was a struggle. And that small scissors are usually what I reach for, especially for areas with especially around the spine, where I don't have much space to work with. And that paper clip, which really keeps the journal down or the pages down, they're both from Journal Say. And my code Priya can earn you 8% every time you shop any of the items on at Journal Say. And I'm not sure when you will be seeing this, but there will be a summer warehouse sale at Live Love Posh happening, but my code cannot be used. But I would really appreciate it if you would consider shopping through my link, which is in the description. And there will be summer sales at least a few other shops. That's what usually I see. And I would really, really appreciate your support if you decide to shop through them. I do earn a small cut at no cost to you, absolutely no cost, not a penny to you, but it's the support that would mean the world to me. And that is our next Dutch door, the window, peekaboo window that is being cut out. And you see how useful that tool is. That tool I'm using is called a gyro cut, and I do have a full-length tutorial on how you can get started with that, as to the do's and don'ts, and something that would really help you ensure that you are using it correctly, because otherwise it just becomes a bit of a struggle. So that is the next set of Dutch doors, and the peekaboo windows all done. So you see how I'm just playing around with the different sizes and the different shapes going on. It looks kind of wonky sometimes when you look at it that way. It's not like a round frame as such, but it will be interesting and it will be fun once we start adding the next set of elements. So there we have the leisurely days, and I think I went for that because it was again pre-cut. The pre-cut versions are in fact quite helpful if you are on a time crunch or you just do not want to take the time to cut around there. And this is the washi tape version. You do have the PET stickers version also, which is a bit more of a glossier look. And it is, yeah, these, I did put down that girl, but I didn't quite like how she went with the rest of the vibe. So with that washi tape roll, you do have quite a few poses or actions that the girls are doing. So it does give you a kind of a good variety. Yeah, so just move around and have the placement right. So I think you see what I mean? That's all there is to it, and it does need a bit of a patience, so that's why I'm terming this as an advanced Dutch door setup. And I'm throwing in some of those hearts, which are also available as fillers. And this is again a good variety when it comes to the colors, the sizes, and they do have the built-in circle or the wreath shaped stickers, but I don't end up using it. So I will have to kind of put that away. I just tried if I can bring that in. It did not look like I could, but I just had to again try, right? And putting them back is easy as well, so that we have the next set of florals. The florals from this sticker book is what I'm going to bring in, and I'm going with the boho kind of vibes. And as you can see, I've used very little of these, and I almost used this one, yeah, and I don't think I liked how it looked together. Next we will have this collection, and we will come and add a few clusters just around the edge, and that is again a great way of making sure that you have some balance of colors, because with all the other brighter colors, I think we need something to just keep it grounded, keep it kind of balanced. And this was another fun, challenging one, because I wanted to still make sure that we get the whole spring vibe. And yeah, just trying to use some of those smaller elements in here. And with a good mix like this, I think it is always good that we get to use all of it. And you do have quite a bit before you actually finish a roll. And by the time they will have come out with newer stickers too, so you don't have to feel guilty about having used up all of it. So I'm moving the girl right there, and I do end up removing that girl altogether because I did not quite like how it looked. So let's get to the carefree stickers, and yeah, just taking it off carefully. And for the carefree stickers, since these were from the older years, the pre-cut option was just not available, so I had to cut it out. And you see how easy that whole process is with the gyro cut. So I'm just adding another girl there. Let's see who we can bring in. And the carefree sticker roll, again, the washi tape stickers are just there is so much variety when it comes to the designs and all of the actions that they're doing. So I think we will have this girl right there inside that peekaboo window. Yeah. So you see how I'm trying to change the mood depending on which girls come in. So I think this does look better. And we will now have to do the other side of the Dutch doors. And also the front page, and then we should be done. Yeah, so since I'm taking it slow this time, I'm keeping it almost real time. I think you will have to sit here longer. So now we have the Dutch doors pretty much done. So let's get back to more of these neutral shapes. And then we will have some more options to bring the brighter florals in. And that was the last horizontal Dutch door. And just putting it down like so. And sometimes saving the scraps are the best bet, because you might come across certain areas where you could bring them in just as they are. Yeah. Just layering the brighter florals off of what we already have going on is always a good idea. And moving that. So I think it does make a difference when you combine the neutrals with the brighter florals. And again, this is more like a spring wildflower field kind of designs. And we have some of these florals that I'm actually taking out so that we can just assemble all the elements together. And yeah, you have all these weird shapes and sizes that we are supposed to be filling. And you see how fun this can be, because it is just a matter of figuring out the shapes and laying it down. Just change the orientation and all those things. Just have fun with it. And before you know, you'll have completed the entire setup. So that is the next one. And I'm having them in different orientations too, just to see if it will fit better if I just turn it certain ways. And this is, yeah, some of those bigger florals have such fun bright colors. You can see how the whole process is coming together and how the thought process is going. So, do you prefer this longer version where you get to actually see in real time what exactly happens behind these, or do you just like the more sped up version that I normally go for? Because I've seen people tell me that they would prefer to see the full process, the full length video, even though it is a bit longer than, say, 10 or 15 minutes. So usually I try to keep it under 20 minutes for sure, but this time I thought I would just try and see how this goes. So you see how we are building the elements again, depending on what's sizes and shapes are available. So yeah, all of those can be clustered or layered. And that flower can pretend as if it's just sitting in her palm and she's just holding on to it. Let's just pretend it that way, shall we? And that is the next one. So it is again the same, it's the same thing that I'm doing, but it is just longer when you do it this way, because each of the elements have to be picked and made sure that it can be used in the space we have going on. And some of these elements have stems or their branches sticking into spaces that can be avoided. So that is why we are using the paper trimmer or the gyro cut for that matter to cut around all these animal elements. Yeah, looks like I'm really tired. I'm just messing up with the words. And I love when we can bring in these smaller clusters or these smaller florals and stems. And bees, butterflies, and ladybugs can come in anywhere, depending on where we have the space for them. And this is again something I had been wanting to try for some time, and I'm so glad I did. I can also tell that I don't have this much time to spare with every setup. So sometimes it's, most of the time I must say, it is under 30 minutes. And usually by the time I speed it up, you will be done in with a setup in 15 minutes, somewhere around there. And on to the next page. And we do have all those elements which will be kind of sticking out a bit, but we will kind of fix it. You know how, right? Yeah, so I think the girls are just having a great time hanging out in the spring garden. And they do have the butterflies, bees, and also ladybugs. So, what do you call the ladybugs? Do you call them ladybugs or do you call them ladybirds? Because I know there are people who call them by different names, and let me know if that's something you say, or do you say something else altogether. So that is our next Dutch door coming together. And yeah. So please drop me a comment as to what you would like me to play around with. Any particular sticker books, any particular brands, or any other mediums that you would like me to experiment with. I do share tutorials and spreads using distress oxides, shimmer sprays, and a few other mediums like the stamps, the stencils, all of those. So let me know if you want me to try something else in my journals or planners. And yeah, some of those elements are really big, so cutting them down is not an option all the time. And yeah, just trying to squeeze in whatever shapes can be done. And that's going to be that circle or that peekaboo window pretty much all done. And yeah, I just couldn't stop. Let's keep it at that. I just couldn't stop. We were kind of trying to figure it out, and then yeah, it is such a fun project when you can actually do it in one sitting, which I got lucky this time, because usually I get interrupted and I have to come back later, and the initial thought process is all messed up by then. So I'm not sure why it doesn't happen. I mean, I know why, because something or the other keeps popping up, and I do not have the luxury of sitting in one stretch when that happens. Sorry, my neighbor was having some kind of a project happening, so the banging noise was right here. So I had to stop and come back later for the voiceover. So let me know how you are liking how this is coming together, and if you have played around with any new floral sticker books lately. So please let me also know if you would like to see a craft tour or my craft space tour soon. And if you would like me to do any particular kind of videos, please let me know and I can accommodate that. So you see that weird little space we have. So I'm trying to locate smaller elements that I can use there. And it is really something I love, especially when you bring in different elements from different sticker books. It does kind of looks fun, right? So that is our sunlit meadows, and we do have our bee who is kind of busy. And I also, even in my Dutch doors, I'll try and kind of balance out the colors just so that it looks better. You know what I mean? And that's not something you necessarily have to do, but I think it looks better that way. So that is the reason I kind of do that. And just trimming off the elements that went off the page. And using those scraps to kind of stick on the left page. And I think there is a bit more of a balance when it comes to the elements and the colors and all that. So that is the girl pretty much all set. I think she's ready for whatever can be brought in. It could be other elements or it could be boxes. And that is, I think the decorative part is pretty much done. Maybe throw in a few of those hearts. And yeah, I almost stopped. And then I realized that we will need some of the boxes to kind of pull it all together. So she can conveniently stand right on that circle. And we will do kind of some clusters. And when I last checked, all of these sticker books, even the functional ones, are still available at Planything. And the 15th, the new sub box from Planything will drop, and you will see my plan with me and the unboxing and all that on my channel at that time. And there is also going to be the summer sales that happen around this time. And it is again a very good time to actually shop, especially if you are someone who loves to get good deals. I think the summer sales are a good idea, and they will be reduced. There will be some of the older unused elements as well, but I think it is a good time to stock up on certain things that you otherwise would hesitate to buy. So that I think comes together pretty well. And then we need a couple of codes which will also come in. And please check out the other setups. I start from very basic, very beginner friendly setups on my channel. I have far more advanced setups, so it would be nice if you are somebody who likes to check out such fun videos. And it is appreciated if you would consider subscribing to my channel and turning on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of the fun videos coming. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And let's add some finishing touches, shall we? So that is going to be the next cluster, and we need, yeah, that looks about right. And then we need a few more of the other elements to pull the other clusters together, and a couple of quotes to go with all the carefree chill vibes we have going on. And that's the beauty of the Planything sticker books and the Live Love Power sticker books for that matter. You do have the functional, the deco, the codes, the boxes, all of it in the same sticker book. And if you are not like me, you will not be grabbing from 5 different shops, from 5 different sticker books at one time. I like to bring in the combination, which usually keeps me challenged, and it does get my creative juices flowing. So that's why I kind of tend to do that. And just one coat on either side. I think that should do it. And just trying to position it so that most of it can be visible from the front. Yeah, most of it. Maybe move the coat a tad bit to the right. Yeah, I think it will be fine. And please let me know how you like this. And if you have checked out the shop, if you have checked out this particular role, if you're planning to. And please find all the details of all the summer releases and all the sales coming. As far as I know, I will have a few that I might keep an eye on. But yeah, please let me know if you are planning to pick up anything. And please find all the other setups, other videos down in the description. All the playlists are linked. And please find all the other shops and codes and all that useful information down in the description. And I think we will finish with this last flower cluster. And I think that is pretty much the spread. And we could bring it in somewhere, but I don't know if I should. Just trying to, yeah, let's just separate that, and then I think it will be of much better use. So that's how I like to kind of use it, especially scraps like these. And I also wanted to try and move that cluster a bit up. Yeah, that's so much better. Otherwise, the flower would be just sticking out of nowhere, and that's quite weird, right? And I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.